be also bringing to you the reason why every Fulani in southern Nigeria must leave. They must leave and leave immediately. And I have come to tell you the reason why no Fulani should be allowed to stay anywhere in southern Nigeria. Because there are Al-Shabaab, there are Boko Haram, there are ISWAP, there are ISIS, there are Al-Qaeda, there are terrorists. And the only thing they do is to come to our land, live, breed children, and their children will rise up and start killing our people. So this evening, I have come to give you a mind-blowing history of how this conquest and jihad is being conducted all over Africa. Nigeria is not exceptional. Welcome. Share this video. This is very important broadcast. Very, very important. And we don't care whether Ekweremadu, after this broadcast, will come and give a different statement. This statement he was giving, the endorsement of Biafra was not under duress. That is why I have always said it, that every man, including the governors, they are all Biafrans. That is why I have always said it. You see today, the humiliation, harassment, embarrassment of our legend, Chinwetalago, in our own land. In our own land, our legend was humiliated today. But like I did in the afternoon, I continue to call on Biafrans to not allow your emotion to control you. We are on top of this game. And the military who humiliated Chiwetalago will leave Biafra land in shame. Go and mark it today. They will vacate Biafra land in shame. Let me not waste any of your time, because I promise to come and have this broadcast at about 8:30 p.m. Biafra time, but because of other meetings, engagement, I didn't make it to that 8:30 p.m. But the most important thing is that I'm here to make it happen. So, for those of you who know Ekweremadu, tell Ekweremadu he must maintain his stand. Tell Ekweremadu that after this broadcast, he must stand on his ground, because we did not, nobody forced him, nobody put gun on his head for him to have endorsed Biafra, so that it will not, he will later say, that Simon Ekpa quoted him, or that Biafra quoted him out of context. Okay, to go ahead, I'm reading your comment. So invite him, send the video to him that I am here now to enlighten Biafrans on his stand. I agree with him. The only thing I did not agree with him is that he said we must get Biafra by peaceful means. We know that with the situation of Nigeria and the reason why Fulani have taken over all the sectors of the economy of Nigeria is to make it very impossible for any peaceful separation. So if Ekweremadu is looking at peaceful separation or peaceful Biafra, if that comes, everybody wants to separate peacefully. But I want to tell Ekweremadu today that for the fact that he is also endorsing Biafra, he should be ready for the Biafra either in peace or in pieces. And before that, those of you looking for our app, asking for our app, please focus on this broadcast. I'm not here to launch the app. If I'm here to launch the app, you will hear me mentioning the app. So do not distract other people who are here to listen attentively, please. Don't disturb them and don't distract them with the app. When we want to launch the app, I will come here and I will mention the app. All right. So I want you now to Pay attention to what I'm about to do, okay? I know that some of you may have watched this video, but you know, as I always do, you need to have more deeper understanding to understand from which perspective and from which context most of these commentators are coming from. What are they speaking about? What is their mind? And what kind of message they want to pass across to the people?
For us to refute that aspect of our decision. We know that ndị be anyị na-enwe mkpagbu na obodo anyị bụ Nigeria. Mana ihe na-ebido mepụta onwe anyị na-ata onwe anyị afụfụ.
We know that Biafrans, our people, are being treated very bad in Nigeria.
On Monday, like every other day, they have to sell groundnut to eat. They have to sell yam to eat. They have to fry akara to eat.
Our people, every Monday, they have to go out to look for what to eat. They have to sell yam to eat. They have to sell akara to eat. They have to sell all manner of things to eat every Monday.
Any day
our people did not go to work, the people who ask you to stay at home and not to go to work will not give you money to eat. Those people who are telling you to sit at home, some of them in America, some of them in London, some of them in Aba, some of them in Lagos. They are going and doing their own business, but they are here telling you not to have your own business. I live in Abuja and I can confirm that Abuja people are not aware that Enugu people are not going to work. The people in Lagos are not aware that those in Abakalaki are not going to work on Mondays. They don't know what is going on in Aba because they are also going their own work.
So we cannot be
So we cannot be hurting ourselves and thinking we are doing good to ourselves.
And the worst is how we enforce it. Just because you want to go and earn a living.
And the worst is that how they enforce it. When you come out, they will be chasing you up and down and don't allow you to go and make your living. I want to use this opportunity to appeal to the youth of Ndibo.
It's not going to take us anywhere.
That we should not be doing something that will be hurting us, that it is not going to take us anywhere. There is nowhere where people have ever fought for their freedom where they get it by sitting at home. This is where I disagree with Ike Kweremado. Well, it is not that people must get it by sitting at home, but a lot of people have gotten their freedom by civil disobedience. And this sitting at home is civil disobedience. And when you talk about civil disobedience, your civil disobedience is not targeted, is first of all targeted at the opposition, at the people, at those who controls the power. And by embarking on civil disobedience, you must be ready to sacrifice. So sacrificing is also, could be said, to be hurting yourself while embarking on civil disobedience. So Ike Kweremado, as educated as he is, he lied here. The example is Gandhi of India. Gandhi embarked on civil disobedience. And because of the civil disobedience of Gandhi, he was able to liberate his people, and it is in the history book. So tell Ekweremadu to go and read the history of Gandhi. What Gandhi did to liberate his people and free his people. He should go and read it. I know he has read it. I know he have knowledge about it, but because some of them are not being truthful, they have to bring politics in everything. So tell Ekweremadu that will refer him to go and read. If we don't need to even refer him about the history of the United Kingdom and all that, but want to just tell him to go and read this Gandhi, the history of Gandhi. He is going to understand the power of civil disobedience. And civil disobedience is also self-sacrifice, where you sacrifice something that will hurt you. Let us continue.
Israel is surrounded by enemies in the whole of Middle East. Israel never stand at home one day thinking that
he's telling you that Israel is surrounded by enemy, and Israel did not sit at home one day.
No, they go out after their enemies.
And that is exactly it. Ekweremadu also did not read the history of Israel while they were trying to get away from Egypt. He should also go back to the history in the Bible and read about the Israelites when Pharaoh refused them to leave. That is where Ekweremadu should be telling us, and not about the history of Israel of today, when Israel has been a nation and they are defending themselves in the Middle East.
Well, here we're going our enemies. We'll kill ourselves in Anambra, we'll kill ourselves in Imo State.
And Ekweremadu is telling you that here in Nigeria, instead of us to start fighting our enemy, we are killing ourselves in Anambra, we are killing ourselves in Imo State. Ekweremadu have come to realize and understand that Nigeria is the enemy of Ndigbo, Nigeria is the enemy of Biafra, and Ekweremadu is advocating that we must channel our anger to deal with Nigeria. That is the message he is passing here. Instead of us to be fighting in Anambra, Ekweremadu is telling us to take this war to Abuja. Instead of fighting in Imo State, Ekweremadu is telling the Igbo youth to take the war to KANU. Ekweremadu is telling us to take the war to Kaduna. Ekweremadu is telling us to take the war to Zamfara. That is where our enemies are. Ekweremadu is advocating that we must stop everything in Anambra State. I agree with him. Ekweremadu says we must go to Abuja. In fact, that Abuja is the best advice so far. Ekweremadu is trying to let us understand that we cannot be making noise and killing ourselves in Anambra. But what he refused to understand is that we are not the one killing ourselves in Anambra State. The enemy have come. And the people who brought the enemy is Umahi and his conspirators, his politicians in the southeast, who Umahi confessed that they imported the killers into Biafra land to drive their political interest. That is what Ekweremadu refused to understand. He may not be part of those who have brought the killers, but now, if in case he's watching this broadcast, he should go and listen to Umahi, and then after that, listen to the exposition I made yesterday on Umahi Confession on Channel Television. So Ekweremadu is telling us we have enemy. We understand that our enemy is Nigeria. And where is our enemy? Where is the den of our enemy? In Abuja. So in other words, Ekweremadu is advising us from this speech that we must channel our energy and anger to Abuja.
And because now they go why others are also killing us.
And because we are killing ourselves, that is why other people are killing us. That is why Ikichi Tarago has been humiliated and abducted for committing no crime other than wearing a cloth.
But I know, okay, we get no. I'm going to do na.
This is a Igbo adage that when the rat in the house is the one telling the outside rat that there are fish somewhere hanging in the kitchen.
So I want this opportunity to convey to our people.
You are conveying the message. I want to use this opportunity to convey message to our people. We are understanding the message, and I have come this evening to explain this message to our people because they don't understand you because of the way you put it.
That it is time for us to stop killing ourselves.
It is time for us to stop killing ourselves.
To stop hurting ourselves.
It's time for us to stop hurting ourselves.
Let us put our thinking cap and see what we can do to liberate ourselves without violence.
You see, let us put our thinking cap and see what we can do to liberate ourselves without violence. Ike Ekweremadu at this point start the endorsement of Biafra. Ike Ekweremadu understand that Biafra has come to stay, and what he's trying to tell you now is that we need to put our thinking cap to see how we can liberate ourselves from Nigeria. Listen.
For 3 years, I choose violence, fighting to liberate our people. We had cause to do that. But looking back,
let me listen again for what he said here.
Do that. But looking back, we had cause to do that to liberate our people. Through violence, fighting to liberate our people. We had cause to do that. But looking back,
we have cause to use violence to liberate our people, which is we can use violence to leave Nigeria. But looking back to the history of Nigeria and Biafra,
1 million Biafra people were killed.
Yet 1 million of Biafra were killed.
Yet we didn't get Biafra.
Yet we did not get Biafra.
We can't go down through that route again.
We can't go through that road again, which is we can't go back to fighting Biafra war. That millions of Biafrans were killed, and yet we did not get Biafra.
Because somebody easy when a country by fighting would have gotten it then.
That if it was easy to get country by fighting, we would have gotten it then. This is where Ike Ekweremadu just lied. I don't know whether this is a lie or this is just a very, I don't know what to call it. But this is not just ordinary lie. This is the worst and most absurd thing I've heard from a man who is an associate professor or visiting professor of a university in the United States, a man who have been, who is well educated, a man who has been the deputy senate president of Nigeria, telling you he have not seen where they use war to get freedom. And I want to ask him, how did the South Sudan and South Sudan and North Sudan separate? Is it not through war? How did the, most of the, I don't need to start mentioning countries, including Finland, which you know very well, the fought war with Russia. So what is Ike Ekweremadu talking about? Do we need to start mentioning countries in Africa that fought war? Do we start to mention countries in Asia, in Europe that fought war, America, and what have you? And Ike Ekweremadu is saying he have not seen a country where people use war to get their freedom. And this is very absurd. Because as a lawyer, you should have read a lot of history, a lot of country history and all that, how people came to have their freedom. So Ike Ekweremadu lied here, and this is propaganda, brainwashing our people. This is what you call brainwashing. How can you stand in public, in pulpit, where you are talking to, addressing people in your constituency or wherever you are, and you are telling the people you cannot get a country or freedom by war? Meanwhile, in Africa, there where you are living, a lot of people are fighting war to get their freedom, and they actually got the freedom. And I just use North Sudan and South Sudan to give example. They fought war for almost 30 years.
We have people who were more determined then, lived on army in Nigeria, and came back and fought.
That during the Biafra war, our people were in the army, in Nigeria army. They even came back to fight.
So if they went to Biafra by fighting, then we can't get it today by fighting.
So if we did not get Biafra by fighting at that time, we can't get it today by fighting. I disagree with him, because during the time when the Biafra war took place between Nigeria and Biafra, Oduduwa was there. Today, Oduduwa will not join Nigeria. During that time, Middle Belt was there, and they fought alongside with Nigeria. Today, Middle Belt can never fight alongside with Nigeria. So Ike Ekweremadu should go back to the drawing board and analyze the Biafra war very well. Apart from the fact that the awareness that we are creating now were not created during the 1967 to 1970 Biafra war. So now we have created awareness, and the entire world will come to know if war break out in Nigeria today, we are going to win that war, even without even having all the required tools and military hardware. We are going to win that war very easily, because a lot of countries who you think will side Nigeria will never side Nigeria, because they have seen how far Nigeria have supported and funded terrorism. They know the threat Nigeria will pose to them if they finally continue to support Nigeria with the rise and the upsurge of terrorist group in Nigeria. So Ike Ekweremadu, you lied here.
It is negotiation. It is dialogue.
So Ike Ekweremadu is telling us that we need Biafra by negotiation and by dialogue. Ike Kweremadu on this particular day endorsed Biafra. And I want to play it again without interpretation. I want to play it again without explanation so that you will understand that Ike Kweremadu is telling us now that we need to get Biafra, but not by war, that we need to get Biafra by negotiation, by coming to the round table and discuss with Nigeria. This is not possible because the Nigeria people we want to get freedom from, they have ulterior motive. The ulterior motive of the Fulani is to do everything, including using terror to, create fear in other parts of Nigeria and make and subjugate them to continue to stay in one Nigeria with fear. So there is no way they can be ready to talk with you in round table about the disintegration of Nigeria. It is not possible. So at the end of the day, if that is not possible, we must go through the war. And that war, I promise you this evening, we cannot fight it. Even I don't think the war will take 3 months, because as the war breaks out immediately, the Middle Belt are on their own. The Oduduwas, we are going to fight together, and it is not going to take 2 weeks. We will run over Nigeria, and that's it. I will have to play this thing from here again.
And because now they go by others are also killing us. But I know, okay, we get no. I'm going to not even out of the Nagiga. So I want to use the opportunity to convey a message to our people that it is time for us to stop killing ourselves. It is time to stop hurting ourselves. Let us put our thinking cap and see what we can do to liberate ourselves without violence.
And see what we can do to liberate ourselves without violence. I don't think there is any other explanation you need more than this particular word here. More than this particular statement here. Let us see what we can do to liberate ourselves without violence. Let us see what we can do to get Biafra without violence. That is what it means here. And this is a complete and a straight endorsement of Biafra.
For 3 years, I choose through violence, fighting to liberate our people.
For 3 years, we use violence, fighting to liberate our people. He was talking about the Biafra war. That the same liberation he used, he's using the same liberation. Fighting the Biafra war was an attempt to liberate Biafra people, and now he is telling you we need to liberate ourselves without war.
We have cause to do that. But looking back, 1 million Biafra people were killed, yet we didn't get Biafra.
So looking back to that war, millions of people were killed, yet we didn't get Biafra. I will stop talking here. Let him finish.
We can't go down to that doing it again. Because somebody gives even just a country by fighting, we are gotten it then. We have people who were more determined then, living on an army in Nigeria, and came back and fought. So when they went to Biafra by fighting, then we can't get it today by fighting. It is negotiation. It is dialogue.
You see, if we cannot get Biafra by fighting, then we can't get it by fighting. And now it is by negotiation and by dialogue. So on this note, you have just listened to how Ekweremadu endorsed Biafra. Okay, that is how Ekweremadu endorsed Biafra. So I want everybody to go out and let every Biafra, let Nigeria government understand that even our representative, of which Ike Ekweremadu is part of them, is also endorsing Biafra. Okay? But then he don't want to fight war. Nobody want to fight war. So tell Nigeria government that Ike Ekweremadu also endorsed Biafra. You just heard it himself. He said he don't. We can get it by negotiation and by discussion and all that. You just hear him. I did not say it. This is him. Okay, so it is an endorsement. The only difference now is that we, the younger generation of Biafra, we don't want to listen to what Ike Ekweremadu is saying, his own pattern and the way to achieve and get Biafra. We say that we embrace his own idea, which is negotiation and talking, but at the same time, we also have envisaged that may not be possible because of how desperate the Fulanis are. So we are ready to get it in peace or in pieces. That pieces now is the only place we are having a little bit misunderstanding. So anybody that tells you that they are not supporting us, you just hear this, I believe, is the October 1st speech. So tell them, spread the message. Let him come and deny tomorrow that he did not endorse Biafra. Let him come and deny that he did not endorse Biafra. This is an endorsement of Biafra. Okay? Now, I want you to see the reason why we must chase away every Fulani in southern Nigeria. Every Fulani in southern Nigeria must leave. We have to begin now to make up our mind. All of them in our villages, all of them in our towns, they did not come there to contribute and develop our land. They have come to make children. They have come after making those children will grow up and they become terrorists, the leaders of terrorists and all that. I want you to watch this particular video, what is going on in other parts of Africa. Before you watch this video, I want you to open your mind. Open your mind. Forget everything you know. Forget that there is Nigeria. Forget that there is Boko Haram. Forget that there is Fulani. Forget everything. I want you to watch this video and listen to my explanation, like somebody who never heard about any terrorist before. Because this is going to be a turning point in your life. This video will be a turning point in your life. You will understand the reason why I am calling for all Fulanis to leave the southern Nigeria immediately.
In a town in northern Mozambique, armed men issue a chilling warning. This is no empty threat. Since 2017, insurgents have been terrorizing this region. Mozambican authorities have claimed they don't know who the insurgents are.
We don't know the reason why they're fighting or who the enemy is.
But many people living here do. Africa Eye has been tracking these insurgents, trying to answer two key questions. Who are they, and what do they want? For the past 4 years, unpredictable and violent raids have ravaged the region of Cabo Delgado in northern Mozambique.
Essa é a situação da nossa aldeia no Deleu. A partir dessa estrada até Maduro, está tudo destruído. Tinha uma mulher, vieram numa lista das férias, uma lista de pessoas que eles defendiam.
We geolocated video evidence of bodies said to have been mutilated by militants. Hundreds of raids have ravaged the region for years. Many more might have gone unreported. But one attack above all brought this war onto the global stage.
Dozens of people have been killed in an attack in northern Mozambique. The town of Palma, which is at the centre of Mozambique's offshore natural gas industry, has been under a coordinated attack.
The attack prompted French energy giant Total to suspend its multi-billion-dollar gas project in the area and triggered military intervention by troops of other African nations. Just after the insurgents' assault, the Mozambican army told international press they didn't know who the attackers were.
We don't know the reason why they're fighting or who the enemy is.
But
I want you to understand what is going on here. This is the history and story behind the Islamic insurgents in Mozambique. This started in the year 2017 of yesterday. Do you know why? The people, even the military, they say they don't know who are these people killing and attacking their people in Mozambique. And their target is to take over the oil in that place, to take over the production or the production of oil or whatever, whether it is the oil, whether they have the oil well there or something like that. You just hear them that the French company suspended multi-billion gas plant project. They are always targeting natural gas. So, but what you don't know is that the military and the intelligence services of Mozambique, they don't know who is behind or was behind the attack. They don't know how come that the insurgents all of a sudden rise up in their communities in Mozambique. Do you know how it happened? I want you to watch and listen very attentively, because you are going to hear something that is going to shock you. How these insurgencies are rising up after you giving them your land to come and live. After you open up your arms and tell them to come for open grazing. After you tell them, we are coming for Ruga, come for Ruga, our land we are going to give you, and they will come there, they will make family, they will set up their family, born children, the children will grow and become this commander of jihadist terrorists that you are seeing now in Mozambique. I want you to pay attention to this particular interesting history and the story of how insurgency, how terrorists emerged in Mozambique. Very, very important and very interesting story.
Was that true? Authorities had known about a growing insurgency for years. Unlike other terror groups, the insurgents have largely avoided contact with the press. Africa Eye has been tracking their movements on the ground and digitally. Our investigation led us to the port town of Mocímboa da Praia. It is here that the war officially started on October 5th, 2017.
October 5th, 2017.
This is a glimpse of the insurgents filmed on that day. Locals call them by the Arabic name for youth.
Al-Shabaab.
Attacks on 3 police stations failed. After the authorities brought the situation under control, life carried on as normal. But in 2020, the insurgents returned. This time, they came with a message.
After 3 years, in 2017, they attempted to bomb and destroy 3 police stations. They were, the police resisted them. They repelled the attack and they went into hiding. The next appearance of this man is after 3 years. 2017, 2018, 2019, and in 2020, they appeared last year. Pay attention, very important.
Just 3 months later, they delivered on that promise.
Entrando nas nossas casas, cada que ele tem de importante retirar, até as coisas que viramos queimar toda essa vida.
Ikiwa pesa la ile wala pia wawili wao kutwaliwa
abalowile tena musimbo yawende kuikala mundu ekale tena iwa kimu chakuwa.
For a year, many who fled believed their former home had become a ghost town. But this was far from the truth. When Rwandan and Mozambican troops entered Mosimbwa after little resistance 2 months ago, they found evidence people had recently been living there. We have discovered the insurgents had held hostages in the area. We tracked down these people, whose identity we are protecting, who said they managed to escape captivity.
We got to a warehouse there in Mosimbwa. They opened the door and I got dizzy. There were about 2,000 people there.
When women are taken to Mosimbwa, first they are treated like slaves. They cook, fetch water, are taken for military training. Then they marry the Al-Shabaabs. When they come back from training, they can no longer dress like us. They have to wear the burqa, black clothes, socks, gloves on their hands. Only the eyes are left visible.
Remember this video? The one where the insurgents are threatening the crowd in Mosimbwa? When we showed it to these former hostages, they recognized the speaker as one of their captors.
They recognize this one as one of the captain of Al-Shabaab. And you don't know who he is? They recognize him. Do you know do you know who this person is? They recognize him as somebody that his parents, Fulanese, they moved to their land when he was still a little boy. They gave them land, they gave them hospitality, they came to their land, and today he has grown up and he has become the worst nightmare in their land. I want you to listen to the story. This is what is happening now. This is not history of 50 years ago. This is happening today as I'm talking to you.
They called him Abu Suraka.
He kills. He has no mercy. He is the real cutthroat.
These women were not the only ones to recognize him.
What name was this man known by?
Just Nuru.
Nuru, they said, had been a neighbor to some, a friend to others, someone most people in Mosimbwa knew.
Nuru's mother is from Olumbe, and Nuru's father is from Maumize. He came to Mosimbwa when he was a small child.
Before he was a good guy, he sold fish. He used to buy and sell fish.
We used to go there to buy many things, like onions and many other things.
He started to become another person, aggressive. And people asked him why. We don't understand you. And then he replied he was doing jihad.
They started going into the bush. When they came back, that's when I saw him with guns.
When the war started, Milama caught fire and our houses burned. From then, we realized that Nero is the one who is burning our house. The same Nero that we used to know.
The same Nero that they used to know. The same Nero they used to know in their community. This time around, they are not buying meat from them. They are buying onions. The same onions you are buying from northern Nigeria. The same onions they used to deal with you in Nigeria. Only that they are not buying namas from them. They are only buying onions. The same Nuru they know. The same Nuru they allow their parents to come and sell onions to them when he was a little boy. The Fulani Nuru have now become Python that is swallowing the people that gave him hospitality. I want you to understand the reason why Fulani must vacate southern Nigeria immediately, including those. That is why in Oyo State, the rise of Sunday Igbo, the same story. In Oyo, in Ibakbara, Oyo State, the Fulani who have come there claim he has been there for 50 years. His children are the one terrorizing Oyo State, kidnapping, killing chopping off throat, and Sunday Igbo who rose against them. The same story. The same story in Nigeria, the same story in Mozambique, the same story in Ebonyi State, the same story in Anambra, the same story in Imo State, the same story in Biafra, the same story in Oyo, the same story everywhere. Stretch to Central African Republic, the same pattern. They come there, their plan is 100 years. Move in with your people. Make children. They grow, teach them jihad. And they are going to fight. By the time they grow, they have mastered everywhere. That Nuru you know, that Nuru is no longer the Nuru you know. The Nuru has become a terror. The Nuru has become a terror. I want you to listen to this. It is the same thing replicating itself everywhere, including in northern Nigeria.
Nuru is not the only fighter that our sources in Cabo Delgado identified. This man said he was kidnapped by a group of insurgents. Their commander introduced himself.
He told me himself, "My name is Abu Dardai Jongo."
The name Dardai Jongo first surfaced online in 2020 when he posted jihadist content on his Facebook account. He was quickly outed by local media. Well before the Facebook post, those had noticed that Dai was becoming increasingly vocal about radical Islam.
He started saying, "This is the best religion for you." He knew what he was doing.
Our sources have identified Nuro and Dardai as members of the insurgency, but much remains unknown about its leadership structure.
What we have actually is a kind of collective leadership with Mozambicans, but also foreign combatants inside the group.
Just how many insurgents are there?
And we don't have a clear answer on that. People talk about probably 3,000.
What are they fighting for? Some suggest the insurgents are angered by not sharing in the spoils of the growing oil and gas industry in Cabo Delgado.
It's almost uncanny, the timing of it. That here we have one of the biggest natural gas finds, and then you suddenly have an insurgency, and it's very difficult not to see a link there.
But that's not what the insurgents are saying in videos which have emerged online.
Meus irmãos, não posso ficar enganado. Nós não estamos a lutar sobre parece requeda de mundo. Esse é o gajo.
One thing is clear. The insurgents have rallied around a radical Islamist cause. But the strength of the Mozambican connection with the Islamic State group and other international terror groups is unclear.
It's important to acknowledge that we have foreign component in ISIS, but the phenomenon cannot be reduced to ISIS only. There is something which is very local, which is very internal, that needs to be taken into account.
We heard they reserve particular hatred for Mozambican President Felipe Nyusi.
They say we want Nyusi's head shattered for us to skewer, and we will eat it. We will chew Nyusi's body.
There were signs tensions were rising in Cabo Delgado long before that first attack in 2017. 2 years before, in 2015, the mayor of Mocimboa de Praia was reported to have said that a group called Al-Shabaab was recruiting youth, and this posed a threat to peace in the area.
Muslim leaders also warned of unrest.
some of them, they went to see local authorities to say, look, we are facing many challenges in our local mosques. We have people coming from abroad, especially young people, trying to preach a very radical Islam. There were no very clear action coming from the government in order to fight the phenomenon, in order to fight the group at the very beginning.
We asked the Mozambican government whether more could have been done to stop the insurgency in its tracks, but it declined to comment. The government has now held some recent military successes, like the retaking of Mosimbwa de Praia. But peace still seems a long way off for nearly a third of the region's population who have been forced to flee the fighting. Satellite imagery shows the growth of refugee camps, like this one in Metuge, and this one 27 kilometers away in Ntokota. Many may never see their family again.
If I see Nuro, he cannot escape, really. He caused the war, we left our things, we left our homes, we left our sheep breeding, and my brother-in-law left his goats, we left our brick house. If you remind us of Nuro, you are an enemy of us.
The sons of Mosimbwa de Praia have created a grim and painful legacy. Their parents, their former friends and neighbors will never forget.
Now, that is the story. That is the story happening in Mozambique. Now, how have this story connected to you in Nigeria? Can you check yourself? How many Fulani do you know in Enugu State, in your community, and they have participated in killing people and butchering them in your community? How many Fulani do you know that has become as deadly as a Shekau? Let me tell you, the same thing is in the Nigeria army. Why Nigeria case is so different and so bad is because they have them in the army and they have them in the police. This one, they are just starting now. They have not penetrated into the police and the military in Mozambique. When they start getting sympathizers from the military, from some of the military officers that will begin to give them information, then it will become too bad. And again, the question you should ask yourself, why is the upsurge of terrorists all over Africa, especially in those countries with natural resources? They are looking for money to use to attack the West and America. Okay? Now, the military exercise that is happening in Biafra land is to take your weapons that you have for self-defense. Don't give out your weapon. Don't give out your weapon. Don't keep your weapons anywhere that any Fulani killer in the army will see it. You need it for your self-defense. The military exercise you see now in Biafra land is to ransack Biafra, take all your weapons, and then when they leave, these people you see, the Fulani will rise. The Fulani you know in Atisa market will rise. The Fulani you know in Omawusa will rise. The Fulani you know in Obawusa will rise. The Fulani you know all over Biafra land, all of them will rise. Once they know that military have, concluded their ransacking of Biafra land, they are going to rise and they will start killing our people. So on no account must you hand over your weapon. On no account must you hand over your weapons. You must protect them. You must make sure that your weapons are intact. You are going to use it to protect yourself, protect your family, protect your community, and they are going to be used for self-defense. Now, once they take your weapons, you have become the most vulnerable person on this planet. You must be, you are already vulnerable. They're gonna come in the night, run over your community, and you'll be very helpless. You'll be helpless, and you must not allow that to happen. You must not allow that to happen. Irrespective of the fact that Ekweremadu and every other person, they are now endorsing Biafra. One moment. They have now and they are now endorsing Biafra. I want to also I want to let us listen to Chinwetalago, because we must be in solidarity with him. He has become a hero because he's one who is very bold enough to identify with his root. And the intimidation is just for other people not to join him.
Ime-ekiri ndị a niile ị na-akpapụ ndị Igbo akpapụ Chineke ga-abụ gị ọnụ ndị na-achịkọtakwa ka mbọ ọnụ maka Biafra bụ ihe ọ ga-abụ ịkwakọta anya ka kwakọta one day mụ Amechi wetara abịa na street buru placard sị gị you like Biafra, you don't like Biafra, I like Biafra, I want division si na ihe a na-akpọ plebiscite gị ime ya anyị ga-agwa gị na Biafra ka anyị chọrọ.
You see that? He did not only, do what he said. He said one day he is going to carry placard and come to the street and tell you he wants Biafra. He did not only carry a placard, he wore gown with Biafra flag. He sold a very good costume with Biafra flag. And today, it didn't take long, the Fulani military, they humiliated him, abducted him. They carried an old man without respect for wearing cloth. Okay? For wearing cloth. Now, I want you, when these things is happening, you don't understand. Do you know when we say that all Northerners are the same? I want you to watch Atiku. Atiku have now come to say it does not matter, where the president comes from. These are the people who were telling you, I will rule 1 year and they hand over to Sultana. All of a sudden, it does not matter where the president comes from. That is why I say all these Fulani you can never trust them, no matter how good you think they are. The true color of all of them are coming out. I want you to watch.
I have always spoken ex-tempo without any written remarks. But today, I am going to read a very short remark. And then after that, go into a little bit of history. Because people like Professor Jerry Gana are here, people like Alhaji Shoaib are here, who can recollect the few I will recall. But first of all, let me start. The People's Democratic Party has the right to determine its rules on how the party should be governed. The people of Nigeria also have the right to determine who governs them. Where the president comes from has never been the problem of Nigeria.
Where the president come from has never been the problem of Nigeria. Only now they understand. Only now they understand that the president where he come from is not a problem of Nigeria. But at the same time, these people started advocating for the rotational presidency. And the people of the other politicians from the other part, they say that is the way to show that you are not marginalizing us. Now they have concluded within their own house that a president from southern Nigeria will divide Nigeria. They cannot trust that. So all these Ohanese, them, all these governors, all of them, we were warning them then. They didn't listen to us, including Atiku have joined them. That is why we are telling anybody who is an activist from the north is not real and is a Muslim. Is not real. Because he is going to be more comfortable in an Islamic state of Nigeria than in this secular Nigeria that they are now. So why would he be fighting against Islamization of Nigeria? Why would Atiku fight against Islamization of Nigeria when he will be comfortable in an Islamic nation as a Muslim? You see it all of a sudden. And do you know why he is making this statement? All of them are now the suitors. It does not matter where the president comes from. It is not a problem of Nigeria. All right. I want you guys to listen to him.
And I can cite examples. Neither will it be the solution.
Neither will it be the solution.
There is no such thing as a president from southern Nigeria or a president from northern Nigeria. There is only one, a president from Nigeria, for Nigeria, by Nigerians.
Okay.
A new national working committee, sizable numbers of our youth and women. The decision of NEC today will either see us PDP into the villa in 2023 or not. Since the inception, this party has faced serious challenges and have risen above sentiments to solve those challenges and moved forward. Now let me come to historical events which I said I was going to cite. Therefore, this thing that is inbuilt in our party, we should be able to use it, to imbibe it, to make sure today's deliberations and in the best interest of our party, in the best interest of Nigeria, which will ultimately give us the victory that we yearn for to go back to the villa. Having said that, I want to thank you all for giving me this opportunity to make these remarks, and I hope we shall be guided accordingly by a sense of fairness, sense of justice, and a sense of patriotism.
Did you hear that? Sense of justice, sense of fairness, and sense of patriotism. And this is a man who is telling you now, after advocating for rotational presidency, he come here to tell you sense of justice. Is there any justice in that? Sense of patriotism, sense of fairness. Chineke Mary. The three things he mentioned, everything he campaigned and said here were against fairness, justice, patriotism. My people, have you seen it? Have Omar Hayes seen it? Have Ohaneze seen it? Have all the politicians, including, no wonder Ekweremadu is advocating and endorsing Biafra. Ekweremadu have now come to endorse Biafra. The only thing that is left for Ekweremadu is for Ekweremadu to understand that we need to be ready to go to war if that is the option available to us. We will fight that war. And even if he, Ekweremadu, die as a sacrifice to the war, every other person that will live to see Biafra will continue. Because if he sacrifice himself, it is not too much. After all, he's not bigger than the people that died during the war. Is he afraid to die for Biafra? So if Ekweremadu is afraid that if war broke out, now they are going to kill him. If they kill him and Biafra come, if they kill him in the war and Biafra come, is it too much price to pay? After all, he have enjoyed Nigeria so much. He has enjoyed, he has benefited from Nigeria. Okay? If Ekweremadu is afraid of war, the children will enjoy whatever. If the war come and they kill him in Abuja, because immediately the war break out, they will first of all finish all the representative from Biafra in Abuja there. So if he dies as a result of that, is he more than the people that died during the war? Yeah? Is he bigger than the millions of Biafran that died during the war? So let it be a price then. But so he must come to term that we are ready, and if it is war, we are going to fight the war. That is the only difference between us and Ekweremadu. So for him to have come now to endorse Biafra is a welcome development. But then he must be ready to know that endorsing Biafra is not just all about endorsing Biafra. Okay? It's not just all about endorsing Biafra. Now, for some of you who do not know what the police are doing, I want you to see a confession. I want you to see a setup. How police want to tell you that, oh, all the people that are using military uniform, all those army that are helping Fulani to kill, that they are not Fulani, that they are not military, they are not Nigeria army. That these people are using. We know that people are using Nigeria army uniform, but we know also that Nigeria army are part of the criminals, part of the terrorists, part of the herdsmen, part of the kidnappers and bandits. After all, are they not the same army that went and rescued Wadume? And they are not facing, those people are not being court-martialed. I want to tell you the impunity of the Nigeria police. They wrote something at the back of a picture. They wrote something at the back of a picture and gave to a suspect. And when the suspect was, when they were asking the suspect a question, the suspect was looking at the back of the picture and was answering the question of the police. I have never seen anything like this. I want you to watch this.
What did you do as thief for church, sir? You stole from church, sir. How many churches have you stolen from so far?
16 churches.
How many churches?
16, sir. 16 church.
Can you remember some of the names of the churches you've stolen from?
Mountain of Fire and Redeem.
Say it again.
Mountain of Fire and Redeem.
Stole from Mountain of Fire and Redeem Church. When you steal these things, how do you take them out?
The way my boss teach me, sir.
Your boss teach you?
He teach me when we bring it out, then will keep me that I should wait. We'll go and find motor and bring the Sharon down. Then if you bring okay, anyone that I see, then I will take it to this man, will give me uniform inside his bag. I will wear the uniform. Then
what kind of uniform? Choir uniform?
No, that is Nigeria Army.
You see? Did you see that? He looked at the picture. He looked at the picture when they asked him what kind of picture. He looked at the what kind of uniform. He looked at the picture. I want you to see it again. I want you to see it again. Because the only message they want to pass by bringing this man and his gang is to show you that most of the people appearing in Nigeria military uniform are not Nigeria serving a servicemen, that they are just criminal. We know. And then also we are telling them that we are aware that the Nigeria army are also criminals. I want you to listen to watch what this guy did.
Anyone I see, then I will take it to this man, will give me the uniform inside his bag. I will wear the uniform.
What kind of uniform?
No,
choir uniform?
No, that is Nigeria.
And then he looked at the paper. You see that? That thing he hold on his hand or in his hand is probably a picture of him or a picture of Nigeria army or something like that. Probably a picture of him. So when they ask him, you have to look at what they wrote at the back of the picture. This is unbelievable.
Uniform. Choir uniform?
No, that is Nigeria army. Because
did you see that? Did you see that? So if a criminal actually used Nigeria army uniform to steal, does he have to look into a paper to answer the question? Yeah? Does he have to look into the back of the picture he is holding to answer that question? Huh? I'm asking you, does he have to do that? Because this is something that he did, so it should be in his brain. You know what he did. So he have to now look at what was written and then answer the question. I want you to watch it again. This is exactly how bad the country has become.
I wear the uniform.
What kind of uniform? Choir uniform?
No, that is Nigeria army.
That is Nigeria army. You see, I don't want to go. We'll be busting them. I've never seen anything like this. I have never seen anything like this. Huh? I have never seen anything like this. I'm going to play it one more time.
I wear the uniform.
What kind of uniform? Choir uniform?
No, that is Nigeria army. Because
what kind of uniform? Choir uniform?
No, that is Nigeria army.
What kind of uniform? Choir uniform?
No, that is Nigeria army. Because told me that is uniform.
What kind of uniform? Choir uniform?
No, that is Nigeria army. Because told me that is enough.
Kai Aromel. Aromel. All right. All right. We are going to give opportunity for okay, this is already very late here. It's very, very late here. And I want this broadcast to end in 1 hour 30 minutes because it is already very late here. And we are going to continue from where we stop today. We'll continue tomorrow. So now you have known that, first of all, you know the reason why we must chase away all Fulani in the southern Nigeria and all these jihadists in southern Nigeria before they germinate and overrun us. You know now that Ekweremadu have endorse Biafra, and the endorsement of Biafra has been explained. So we want you to share this video, share this broadcast, share this exposition, and in case if you come to deny it tomorrow, we know that he's not just, he's just denying it because of fear that he didn't endorse Biafra. This was an endorsement of Biafra, and we are going to continue. We will continue the struggle for Biafra until Ike Ekweremadu understand that even, Ike Ekweremadu will come to agree with us that, in fact, he will be ready even if we are going to war. Because I know that all of them will come to know. Because of this 2023 presidency, their eyes are now, some of them, their eyes are now opening. So on this note, I thank you very much for watching and being part of this broadcast. See you tomorrow. May God bless Biafra. May God bless Oduduwa Republic. May God bless the Middle Belt. May God bless Amazonia. May God bless ESN. May God bless IPB Worldwide. May God bless MAZI, NNAMDI, KANU. And those of you who said there is no update from our leader, from the lawyers, there is update. I don't know where you people are, whether you people are still in the internet. Our lawyer have visited and there is update. And the updates are there. I have shared also the updates. The updates are there. And you can see the updates at the page of Barrister Ejiofor. There is an update. They have visited our leader and our leader is fine. So those of you who are asking that question, our leader is fine and doing good, according to the update. So may God bless you. May God bless our leader, MAZI, NNAMDI, KANU. May God bless on the Igbo home. May God bless all of you watching this program. Share it and make sure you hit the last button before you leave. Before you leave, make sure, those of you watching from YouTube, before you leave, make sure you hit the like button. Okay? Thank you very much. I love you all. Good night.